Motivation is a lie. Motivation is that rush you feel when you hear a great speech, watch an inspiring video, or make a big New Year's resolution. But here's the truth. Motivation doesn't last. Motivation fades. Motivation is a spark, but sparks burn out. What carries you, what builds you, what transforms your life is not motivation. It's discipline. Discipline is waking up at 5 a.m. when your body screams for more sleep. Discipline is pushing through the workout when you don't feel like it. Discipline is opening the book, writing the page, running the mile, building the business, not because you want to, but because you must. And today, I want to show you why discipline beats motivation every single time. Through stories of legends who mastered it, and stories of everyday people just like you. So let's begin. Why motivation fails. Motivation feels good. It gives you that buzz, that rush, that lightning bolt of energy. But it's a liar. Think about New Year's resolutions. Gyms are packed in January. By February, empty. Why? Because motivation wears off. Motivation is like a sugar high. It spikes and then it crashes. Discipline, on the other hand, is like steel. It doesn't care how you feel. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're inspired. Discipline shows up no matter what. That's why the greats, the legends, the people who leave a mark on this world, they don't rely on motivation. They build discipline. Kobe Bryant, the Black Mamba, a legend not just because of talent, but because of discipline. While others slept, Kobe was in the gym. 4 a.m. workouts, thousands of shots every single day. He wasn't relying on inspiration. He was building a standard. Teammates would arrive at practice, and Kobe had already been sweating for hours. That's discipline. He didn't wake up at 4 a.m. because he felt like it. He woke up because he refused to let anyone outwork him. That's why he became one of the greatest of all time. But discipline isn't just for superstars. The student who woke up at 5 a.m., he wasn't the smartest student in his class. In fact, he was failing. But one morning, at 5 a.m., while the world slept, he opened his books. One day turned into two turned into a week into 6 months. Every single morning he showed up. No alarms needed anymore, no motivation, just discipline. And while his classmates slept, he built his future. The boy who once failed became top of his class. Motivation might help you start, but discipline will finish the race. David Goggins, the SEAL who never quit. David Goggins. At one point, he was 300 pounds, depressed, stuck. But he made a decision. He forced himself to lose the weight, to train, to apply for the Navy SEALs. Most would have quit, but not Goggins. He built a life on suffering, on discipline, on refusing to listen to the voice that said, "Stop." He ran ultra-marathons. He broke pull-up world records. He redefined what the human body could endure. And when asked how, he said it plain. Motivation doesn't get you through mile 70 of a 100-mile race. Discipline does. He was tired, overweight, stressed. A father who had given everything to his job, but nothing to himself. Every night he promised, "Tomorrow I'll start," but tomorrow never came. Until one day, he made a decision, not to run fast, not to run far, just to run every morning. At 5 a.m., before his kids woke, he laced up his shoes. The first week, pain. The second week, he wanted to quit, but by the third week, it became his anchor. He lost 30 pounds. He gained energy. His kids saw their father strong again. He didn't need motivation. He needed discipline. Elon Musk understands the power of discipline. Elon Musk. Love him or hate him, his story is one of insane discipline. He worked 100-hour weeks to keep Tesla and SpaceX alive, slept on factory floors, ate at his desk. When money ran out, he bet everything on himself. Most people would have quit. He didn't. Not because he was motivated, but because he was disciplined enough to do whatever it took. Discipline is why rockets launch today. Discipline is why Tesla didn't die. The side hustler who worked nights. He worked a job he hated, dreamed of starting something more. While others collapsed on the couch after work, he chose discipline. 2 hours every night, no matter what. The first months, nothing. No results, no money, silence. But he kept going. 1 year later, his side hustle was making more than his job. He didn't escape his 9 to 5 because of motivation. He escaped because he showed up, night after night. Serena Williams, relentless practice. Serena Williams, a child with a dream, coached on cracked courts with no spotlight. But every day, she practiced. Every day, she built discipline. For decades, she dominated tennis. Why? Because discipline doesn't fade. Motivation does. Her success wasn't an accident. It was discipline, multiplied over years. What about the single mom who trained in silence? She worked 2 jobs, raised 2 kids. By nightfall, she was exhausted. But she made a promise, 30 minutes. Every night after her kids slept, she trained. Push-ups, squats, cardio. The first weeks, brutal, but she refused excuses. 6 months later, she didn't just look different, she felt different. Her energy soared, her confidence returned. She didn't find time, she made it. That's discipline. Jocko Willink, discipline equals freedom. Up at 4:30 a.m. every day. Michael Jordan, obsessed with practice, outworking everyone. Steve Jobs, disciplined perfectionism, refused shortcuts. Legends are built on discipline, not moods. The musician who practiced every day, he wasn't the best guitarist, average at best. But while others practiced once a week, he practiced every day, 1 hour, no excuses. 3 years later, he led the band, not because of talent, but because of discipline. The writer who wrote 1 page a day. He dreamed of writing a book, talked about it for years, never started. Until he made a promise, 1 page a day. Some days terrible words, some days no flow. But the page got written. 1 year later, 365 pages, a book published. 1 page a day. Discipline turned a dream into reality. So how do you build discipline? 3 keys. 1. Daily standards, not moods. Don't wait to feel ready. Decide your standard. 2. Stack small wins. 1 page, 1 workout, 1 early wake-up. Stack them. 3. Accountability. Surround yourself with people and environments that demand discipline. Stop waiting for motivation. Stop waiting for inspiration. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Discipline doesn't wait. Discipline shows up. Discipline builds. Discipline creates. Your life will not change because of 1 moment of hype. It will change because of hundreds of moments of discipline. Discipline is the bridge between who you are and who you want to be. So today, stop chasing motivation. Start training discipline. Because discipline will set you free. Remember to subscribe for weekly cinematic motivational stories that keep your drive alive. No fluff, just real transformation.